Oh, sorry about that. Yes, good evening and Merry Christmas to every single one of you out there. Um, I hope y'all enjoying every single moment with your family and friends. And yeah, I do appreciate you guys for actually getting the chance to take the time um to actually listen. And this is going to be the last episode of 2023. All right. Only because I'm actually doing this because it is basically basically a Christmas episode actually. So we got a little bit of Christmas stuff to talk about here. And look, um we are we are live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube, and of course, this is where I usually do my intro. My intro is like this actually. So I do apologize for that one right there. Yes, so yes, so like I usually do. Okay, so good evening, and Merry Christmas to every single one of you in USA, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. And of course, this is your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, the man who holds the back doors of the Q5 and N24 buses, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course, Queens, New York native of Lawton, Queens, New York. And yes, this is the very last episode that you are tuning into, rocking with the 319th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. Yes, live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube, and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed. So make sure you turn on your notifications on Instagram. Make sure you follow the podcast on Instagram as well. And for the most part, if you are new to the YouTube universe and you missed any previous episodes whatsoever, please feel free to go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page and alerts so you could be notified on when each episode is going to be dropping. All right. And when it's going to start recording podcast episodes live on the air via live stream. And let me just say, um, feel free to leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that's being talked about in each episode. And for the most part, for the most part, um, yes, be sure to listen, stream, and watch these episodes in case you miss any of them whatsoever. Um, and we are we are getting into it right here. Um, so listen, we are we are about to we're about to take off, and I would like to remind people that this podcast will be returning in January. All right. I'm not gonna be recording any more episodes until January. All right. So um with all that being said, I wanted to actually say this before I even do anything. So, pretty much, what I wanted to say is, um, yes. So, feel free to actually share the episodes, share the videos, and of course, tell a friend to another friend, and I will um handle the rest at the end of this podcast recording. So, um and you can download the episodes too. You can download the episodes as well. So you don't have to worry about trying to, you know, download each episode. The way you could do it is you can add the podcast to your playlist. Yes, your playlist counts. And when you do that, you can also be notified on when each episode dr- will be dropping, the new episodes that will be dropping. So, um so without further ado, um without further ado, how about we get into how about we get into another reminder I want to actually mention here is to, you know you know um be on your P's and Q's alongside with everything in between. Um so yeah. All right, so let's get into what do you say we get into a little bit of oh my god. Let me what do you say we get into a little bit of everything. Um Sorry about that. Um Hang on a second. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. What do you say we get into a little bit of the New York Mass Transit Files right there? I do apologize for a little delay. Um anyway, let's get into this right here. Um yes, a little bit of everything. Um Hang on. Okay. All right. Let's get into it right here, man. Okay. So here's what's happening here, man. We have AM according to AM New York Metro, in conjunction with the MTA, present Ask the MTA, a column where MTA officials answer your questions about transit service in New York City. If you have a question for the MTA about subways, buses, commuter rails, and more, email ask the MTA at amny.com. How about that? Um, hang on. All right, so the MTA just recently unveiled Omni vending machines in the subway. Does purchasing an Omni card and adding money onto it reflect the same cost requirements for express bus service? Um, you can use a preloaded Omni card to pay the fare on all MTA buses, including express buses. The $7 cost remains the same whether you tap in or swipe at the front door. However, since we're still rolling out the program, riders with 7-day unlimited express bus plus passes should continue to use their Metro cards. Those benefits are not yet available on Omni. And this is from Frank Anacaro, the senior vice president of New York City Transit Department of Buses. Hmm. Yeah. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right. When does the MTA transition from blasting air conditioning in subway cars to heat, given the change in season? Anna K. Plains. Anna K. from White Plains. Um, a, s- a s- Subway cars do not transition from air conditioning to heating based on seasonality. Instead, the NYCT HVAC system operates automatically, relying on data from temperature sensors. These sensors trigger the system to activate heating or cooling, depending on a preset temperature limits. Um, and this is from CU Ling Ko, Vice President and Chief Mechanical Officer of Subway Car Equipment, New York City Transit. Would the MTA consider placing um stanchions or dividers in order to make walking through busy connection corridors at Times Square and Grand Central easier? This is Nancy D from Riverdale in the Bronx. Um, Hold on. New York City Transit has stanchions at Grand Central Station as customers transfer to the 7 train from 4, 5, 6 platforms. Stanchions are placed where we believe they will have the greatest impact to ease congestion, and we're always innovating to improve the customer experience. This is from Jim Compton, Executive Vice President, Customer Environment and Facilities, New York City Transit Department of Subways. Um, does the MTA ever let members of the public voice subway announcements? If so, how can I participate? Darren M. from the Lower East Side. It's not something you can sign up for, but the MTA has in the past invited some notable New Yorkers and members of the public to make special announcements. Most recently, we had high school students record messages warning customers about the dangers of riding outside train cars. Children with autism also made announcements back in April in recognition of World Autism Awareness Month. Our system is a sacred space, so there has to be a remarkable situation to get you in front of the transit microphone. And this is from Shanifa Riera, acting MTA Chief Customer Officer. All right, so that's pretty much it for this one right here. I don't know. Let me see if there's anything NTA related I could really get to talk about that I didn't get a chance to add. Let me see. The 42nd Street shuttle is pausing service next week, which figures to cause severe headaches for thousands of strap hangers traveling for the holidays. According to the MTA, the shuttle that ferries passengers between Grand Central and Times Square will halt service between the 20 December 26th and the December 29th. Um, Subway riders are advised to take the 7 train or to head above ground and catch the M42 bus for transportation between the two locations. Next week's shakeup is due to the planned construction work to bring cell connectivity to underground passengers traveling between the two stations, which requires a complete shutdown of service along the shuttle line. Um, the move is part of the MTA's system wide universal subway wireless connectivity plan that aims to provide seamless mobile coverage across 418 miles of below ground subway tracks. We live in a digitally connected world and, serve a city that is always on the go, said NYC Transit President Richard Davey. Having an uninterrupted network connection underground will reimagine how New Yorkers travel by providing the opportunity to take advantage of every minute of their commute with cell service and internet connection, which can also ease any traveling obstacles visitors face when trying to navigate the system. Construction across the system will take around 10 years to complete and cost nearly $600 million, though the MTA claims it will bring $1 billion in benefits from commercial partnerships, cost savings, and revenue increases. Um, wow. Wow. Okay. Let me see. Let me make sure. Hold on a second. Um, yes, so the MTA leadership hopes the elimination of cell phone dead zones will encourage New Yorkers to utilize the subway system, which has seen total ridership around 60% of pre-slamdemic levels. For more information about service changes aboard subways and buses this holiday week, head to mta.info. And I think I saw another article. Okay. All right. So, there's going to be some more service disruptions, which is going to start in January. So, weekend subway commuters will see a host of temporary changes to their commute next month as the MTA continues accessibility renovation work at the Queensboro Plaza station. Listen to this. Um, Queensboro Plaza in Long Island City is one of the busiest stations in Queens, with service from the N, W, and 7 lines. It is currently undergoing major construction work to become accessible for people with disabilities, adding 2 new elevators. The work in January includes the construction and casing of the elevator shaft, roof, and cab for the lift between the mezzanine and the platform, plus new fire alarm and CCTV systems. The construction work plus track work scheduled for the Q line in Brooklyn will have considerable downstream effects across the system each weekend in January, starting at midnight. on Saturday, January 6th. Service changes will be in effect from midnight on Saturdays to 5 a.m. on Mondays, concluding the weekend of January 27th. Um, Q trains will not run in Manhattan, with N trains replacing them on the Second Avenue portion of the line. In Brooklyn, Q trains will only run between Prospect Park and Coney Island. N trains in Queens will operate as a shuttle service between Astoria, Ditmars Boulevard, and 39th Avenue, and will not run to and from Manhattan. Seven trains. Hold on. 7 trains will only separate between Flushing Main Street and 74th Street Broadway, and will not run um, to and from Manhattan. E-trains will operate on the R line between Queens Plaza and 34th Street Herald Square. 42nd Street shuttle trains will operate all night. Oh boy. In addition, F trains will operate on the E line between 47th and 50th Streets, Rockefeller Center, and Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue, part of existing track replacement work that has been ongoing since August and is scheduled to be complete in the first quarter of 2024. F shuttle trains will run between Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street, and 21st Street, Queensbridge each weekend except January 6th, when they'll be replaced by shuttle buses. Um, E and R trains will see a boost in service frequency, running at 8-minute headways instead of the normal 12 seen on weekends, DMCA says. Between 3 and 5 a.m. on Sundays, Q trains will run as a shuttle between 96th Street and 34th Street Herald Square. Hold on. As the N line gets um, readjusted to weekday service, free shuttle bus service will be available in these locations. Queens Plaza and 74th Street Broadway 7 line, Queens Plaza and Vernon Jackson Avenue. Hold on. Vernon Boulevard, Jackson Avenues on the 7 line. Um, Queens Plaza and 39th Avenue N line. Atlantic Avenue, Barclay Center, and Prospect Park on the Q line. 34th Street, Hudson Yards, and Times Square, 7 line, nights only. Roosevelt Island and either Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street, or 21st Street, Queensbridge, F line only from January 6th to the 8th. The Long Island Railroad will cross honor fares paid with a MetroCard or OMNY for trips between Penn Station or Grand Central and Flushing, um, F- Mets Willis Point or Woodside. So there you have it right there. All right, so let's get into. Hold on. All right, time for a little bit of chatting on the jazz. Actually, um, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second here. All right, here we go, right here, man. Chatting on the jazz. So, let's get into what's going on with why New Balance is being sued. All right, hang on. According to the Hype Beast website, um, Nike and its legal team are not strangers to or afraid of a courtroom fracas. John Morant might say they ain't ducking no smoke, and their latest courtroom conflict is centered on both New Balance and Skechers, of whom Nike claims are infringing on its fly knit patent. Um, Per a report from Complex, the swoosh filed separate suits against New Balance and Skechers in Massachusetts and California, respectively. with documents that show at least 21 of New Balance's purportedly infringing designs and several of Skechers' own knit creations, some of which can be seen in the court documents below. Um, that's crazy, man. Wow. Flynet, which Nike first introduced in 2012, is a shoe technology that takes lightweight but durable strands of yarn and weaves them into a seamless upper, a process that the company claims reduces waste by 60% and lowers weight. Apart from its eco-conscious edge, the flexible nature of Flyknit allows it to be micro-engineered, woven in different ways across silhouettes for different sports and activities to provide targeted support and structure. The technology is backed by several patents, um, the first of which was issued in September 2012. Excuse me. New Balance and Skechers aren't the only brands Nike has sued over alleged Flyknit infringement. The swoosh settled a lawsuit against Puma in January 2020 and won against Adidas in August 2022, and since January has been embroiled in a lawsuit with Lululemon, excuse me, Lululemon. Um, Nike has also previously sued Skechers for Flyknit patent infringement, but this is the first time they've taken aim at New Balance in their court filing. Nike claims that in January it contacted New Balance in attempt to resolve the issue, but that New Balance has only escalated the scope of its infringing activities. Damn, damn, saying isn't so. Say it isn't so, man. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'll be angry too. You know what I mean? All right. New Balance responded with a statement of their own saying that Nike was overstepping the boundaries of its patent. New Balance fully respects competitors' intellectual property rights, but Nike does not own the exclusive right to design and produce footwear by traditional manufacturing methods that have been used in the industry for decades. The brand statement said, um, "We will vigorously defend ourselves against Nike's attempt to enforce its patents beyond their lawful scope." Skechers has yet to issue a statement on Nike's litigation. Nike wants a federal judge to block New Balance and Skechers from selling shoes that uses the infringing knit material and has asked for an award of damages without specifying a dollar amount. Of course, stay tuned for more info as the pending lawsuits proceed. And if you are trying to get some shoeing without the suing, check out the latest installment of our weekly footwear drops roundup. Hmm. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Um Now this is very crazy. This looks very crazy actually. And I never seen this before, but let me just take a look at this. So, all right. So, it's the holiday season. It's the holiday season, and if you are celebrating this year, it's your last chance to grab a gift. Thankfully, our friends at Nike, Jordan Brand, Reebok, New Balance, and Puma have a slew of impending releases for you to dive into for some seasonal shopping. Before we break down every drop to look forward to across the next 7 days, let's go over key headlines from um, last week. Per usual, the feature front is led by Hype Beasts Weekly Soul Mates series. Sitting down with the team, this week's guest was Indonesian rock star Arman um, Maulana, um, who selected the who selected the Travis Scott X Fragment design Air Jordan 1 High and chatted about everything from bringing his band into the world of sneakers to his rules of collecting. Um, on the new side of things, our Nike covers revolve around one common element: the Nike Kobe line. First looks at two new Nike Kobe 4 Proton no Protros came in featuring a bi coastal. Yeah, it's a bi-coastal and Philly colorways, while the official breakdown of the Black Mamba pair was shared as well. Previews of both the Nike Kobe 6 it Pro Italian Camo and Kobe 8 Radiant Emerald Touchdown 2. Looking to Team Jumpman, word of a Travis Scott X Air Jordan 1 Low OG Canary arriving next year. Caught fans by surprise. detailed glances at both the Air Jordan 3 Green Glow and Air Jordan 4 Military Blue also surfaced um while Sotheby's announced an auction for a signed pair of the Eminem X Air Jordan 4 Encore. Wrapping up the week, um, socks, sneakers were all the rage with both Balenciaga and Ye revealing the and releasing their own versions respectively. I don't know about this one, man. I don't know about that one right there. Um, yeah, hold up. Now that you are up to speed with the latest and greatest happenings in the footwear space, let's go ahead and dive into this week's top drops. After you finish reviewing the top 10, don't forget to hit up HBX to shop styles that are available to purchase now. Cactus Jack and Nike Attack. Oh wow. This was released December 19th for $120. And this is where to buy. SNKRS, which stands for sneakers, I guess. Why you should cop in the wake of a viral leaked video of Travis Scott and John McEnfro debating over whether or not to call this shoe the Cactus Mac. It's finally time for Scott to drop his reverse swoosh equipped take on the Nike Attack, revisiting the OG's light smoke gray colorway that released earlier this year. With the silhouettes return to the market, Scott has included his typical twist of the lateral reverse swoosh and Cactus Jack stamp at the heel. All right, so this is the Nike LeBron Conchiolin. Yeah, this came out December 19th as well, and it only costs like $210. Um, and where to buy SNKRS is where you could buy it. Why you should cop. Earlier this month, LeBron James returned to his throne by winning the first ever NBA in season tournament with the Los Angeles Lakers, while the 38-year-old veteran continues to make noise on the court. His Nike LeBron 21 is similarly succeeding off the court. Its latest Conchiolin looks look builds upon the shoes, protecting the pearl theme of acting as a shell around one's foot. Its most white build utilizes a pearlescent finish that is sure to shine when hooping. Okay, this is the next sneaker is the New Balance Warp Runner Dark Mushroom. And this came out on the 20th, and the release price is $150. Where to buy? New Balance. Why you should cop debuting on the runway this year. New Balance's Warp Runner is new to, the brand's newest lifestyle silhouette to hit shelves. While many are still awaiting the arrival of um, Aralee's take on the shoe, a dark mushroom iteration serves as a fall ready flavor with its dark brown and black combination, combining a mesh base with hairy suede overlays. Its uniquely sculpted structure stands out once again. We have the Nike Lunar Rome Alabaster, and this is also $150. That also came out on the 20th. Um, and of course, why you should cop, where to buy. SNKRS. It's been 15 years since the swoosh first introduced its lightweight lunar technology. Now the brand is utilizing the plush cushioning in a way with the lunar Rome silhouette. Its sizable sole unit features a rib midsole in a golden yellow that darkens towards the heel before transitioning to black at the rear. Its textile upper features off-white, forest green, and brown hues in this statement making alabaster colorway. Um, the next shoe is Air Jordan 14 black and white. And this also took place on December 20th. $200 at SNKRS. Why you should cop. Rounding out Michael Jordan's list of Air Jordans worn while playing for the Chicago Bulls, the Air Jordan 14 is in its 25th year and continues to see new looks. For 2023, its relatively quiet year is being rounded out by the release of this black and white look that leans heavily on the former, with its black suede reaching across the retro upper. White branding hits. Hold on one second. Okay, white branding hits are joined by matching accents um, at the midsole to offer a versatile finish. Okay, we have off-white. Um, we have the off-white um, X Nike Air Terraforma. This was released around December 21st. Release price is $210. Where to buy? Okay, so there's SNKRS. Why you should cop. For the second year in a row, December 21st sees the release of two new off-white X Nike Air Terra former colorways. Once again, the 80s and the 90s inspired silhouette sees a spiked covered midsole combined with translucent swooshes, a multicolored tongue, and off-white's signature zip tie element. The two looks includes mantra orange and matty olive arrangements. With each utilizing significant levels of colorful contrast at the tongue and sole unit. Um all right, so what the hell, man? So you have the happy 99X 99 and Reebok Insta Pump Fury 95. This took place in December of this year, and $250. Why you should cop? 5 years ago, designers Natalie and Guyan and Dominic Lopez began their journey with Happy 99 by sharing a footwear design on Instagram. This week, concept turns to reality with the release of the Happy 99 and Reebok Instapump 95, Fury 95, um, drawing from gaming and anime. The two glossy colorways are equipped with playful graphics on both the shoe and its removable rip stop gator. Next, we have the Joe Fresh Goods and New Balance 990 V4 Belly. And it costs $220, released on December 22nd. Um, New Balance, of course. Why you should cop. In case you missed out on last week's drop, the Joe Fresh Goods and New Balance 990 V4 Belly collection is returning to shelves for a second opportunity to purchase. While the blue Keisha colorway is not set to be available, the intro and outro pairs are ready to return. The former utilizes a mostly marshmallow white finish with black detailing, while its outro counter, counterpart flips the flow by offering black across the shoe with bits of contrast in white. Oh man. Oh my gosh. All right, so we have the Dexter's Laboratory and Puma MB.03. Oh boy, wow. And this came out the 22nd of this month, and it only costs $135. And of course, this is by Puma. Um, why you should cop. It's a big month for cartoon based sneaker collaborations with LaMelo Ball and Puma connecting with Dexter's Laboratory for an out of this world take on the MB.03. If you are looking to stand out on your local basketball court, this is the pair for you, as fluorescent hues combined with wild patterns for an eye-catching finish that matches Ball's energy when he's at his best. So, all right. And the last sneaker is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Celadon. This came out December 23rd and it only costs $180. And where to buy, which is SNKRS. Why you should cop. With less than 10 days left in the year, Jordan Brand is rounding out its range of retro release with yet another Air Jordan 1 High, introducing the new Celadon colorway, a combination of off-white, orange, and green comes together for a tropical flavor constructed of tumbled leather and supple suede at the upper. It notably features contrast stitching across its orange swooshes. Speaking of sneakers, um, speaking of sneakers, especially Nike, um, Nike is celebrating their 25th anniversary of their Air Max Plus. So let's get into this one right here. This for all you sneakerheads out there. This one's for you actually, and and I'm like, okay, so um, this is from Sneaker News, folks. So this took place at Foot Locker on November the 9th, which was last month. So this is like the latest one. Okay, so the mismatched pair harkens back to the sneakers origins, which were heavily inspired by Florida's gradient sunsets, palm trees, and ocean life. The 25th anniversary pair is part of a larger tuned different campaign that champions self-expression. Select Foot Locker locations in Miami and Los Angeles will host in-person events for fans of Sean McDowell's tuned air design, but details have not been revealed as of this writing. Founded in 1998, the Air Max Plus marked a significant moment in the evolution of Air. From from there on out, Nike focused less on volume and more on zonal cushioning, tuning specific portions of the Air Max unit to have distinct amounts of gas, the best fit the athlete's foot. Little they little did they know they created a global footwear fashion phenomenon. Um, Designed by the legendary Sean McDowell, whose pen point has touched a number of all-time classics and revolutionary projects for the swoosh. The Air Max Plus gained immediate popularity by the consumer market upon its debut in late 1998. Since then, it's become a mainstay staple of big box retailers and the curated assortments at sneaker boutiques. Um, over the years, however, the Air Max Plus hasn't been privy to collaborations like the Air Max 1 and 90. Despite the lack of spotlight, the Air Max Plus, aka Air Max TN, was still among the most popular shoes in the world. Soon enough, Nike will properly recognize the silhouette's quarter century of influence via a uniquely designed colorway featuring a gradient that persists latitude, latitudinally across the shoe with a pattern mimicking crinkled paper. This Air Max Plus anniversary transfers that signature pop of yellow from the TN logo on the visible Air unit. A custom shoebox with graphics that detail the shoe's journey adds another layer of history to the release. Perhaps this release could be the start of new line of Air Max Plus anniversary releases, much like how Nike did so with the Air Max 1. A firm release date is unknown, but a drop before the end of the year is possible if Nike wants to stick to the 25th anniversary intent. As it stands, full family sizes are expected. All right, how about we stay in the fashion world right here? Um okay, so 2023 according to the source website was the year of the 50th anniversary of hip hop celebrations across New York City and beyond. A group of industry veterans, all hip hop closet, never heard of that. Good Girl PR and production company, the Oracle Media, decided to collaborate to produce a unique fashion show that celebrated hip hop in Brooklyn. Yes, yes, Brooklyn, New York, one of the prominent music hubs of the genre. The fashion show took place at the luxury car brand Porsche, which is located in Industry City, lining the runway where fashion influencers, bloggers, and some of hip hop finest, such as Pete Rock and Steele of Smith and Wesson. Also known as the Coco Brovas. DJ T Boogie kept the music flowing as the night progressed to attendees who relished um Bear Tin Aura cocktails. The night also marked the 25th anniversary of Hip Hop Closet and All Hip Hop, which was indeed an accomplishment and a reason to celebrate. Mm, that's pretty cool, man. That is pretty cool. Um, that is pretty cool right there. And what else? What else, man? Oh, let me get to the hang on a second here. Hang on a second here. Um we're gonna go to we're gonna go to some Christmas moments of 2023, starting with Brenda Lee. All right. Um all right, so Brenda Lee, according to the People website, Brenda Lee kicked off the holiday season in the new old-fashioned way with a song at number one. Rocking around the Christmas tree, the indomitable Nashville tinged um um Yule Tide anthem that she recorded 65 years ago at the age of just 13, reached the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100 earlier this month. It marks both a first for the song and also the first time in recent memory that Mariah Carey's holiday juggernaut, All I Want for Christmas Is You, took second place on the charts during the holiday season. Lee's achievement will go down in history as only the third holiday song to reach number one on the Hot 100. It also marks her third ever career number one following um, I Want to Be Wanted in, in October 1960. Oh, shit. Oh shit. The 63-year stretch has earned her a place in the record books as the longest gap between number one songs in honor previously held by Cher for a quarter century following the Ascent of Believe in 1999. At 78, Lee is now the most mature musician to reach number one, breaking a 59-year record by Louis Armstrong, who was 62 when Hello Dolly became a hit in 1964. Lee, however, is a musical history book in her own right. The pioneering rock legend spoke to people about her friendly rivalry with Carrie, her memories of the hilarious Christmas in July recording session that yielded the record, the recording breaking classic, and her early friendship with the Beatles and Elvis Presley. Um, Yeah, and she did the interview with for people. So first off, I want to say congratulations. Take me back to the moment that you learned that you were number one. Oh, good lord. It was so surreal. I still don't believe it. Even though I know the song is great and written by a great man, after all these years, it's just surreal. Um Rocking Around the Christmas Tree has come close to reaching number one a few times in the last few years, but it's always been stuck at number two behind All I Want for Christmas Is You. Did you ever think that your song would get past Mariah's? I don't think in those terms. I'm one of those weird artists that wants everybody to do good because when everybody does good, we all do good. But rocking is really close to my heart, and I was hoping that it would do well, like it always has. There's room enough for all of us. Hmm, that's a good point. That's a good point, though. That is a good point. Yeah. Why do you think it happened this year? Was there something different in the air this year? Well, I just think all you guys got on the stick. My record company certainly did. They made it their mission to get rocking back up there. It's been concert a concerted effort with all of us, and it's just been a lot of fun. Kind of like the music days of yore. I love the new music video with Tanya Tucker and Trisha Yearwood. They are two of my best friends. We asked them to do that and said, "Okay, we're turning the cameras on." Yeah, I'll do what you want to do. There was no script and no direction, but I guess it turned out okay. You have so many friends, especially nearby neighbors of yours. I read a profile that described you as the honorary mayor of Nashville. Have a lot of fellow singers been reaching out to say congrats the last couple of days. They have, and Nashville's the kind of town where we feel like if one artist does well, we all do good. So we're all rooting for each other. So it's like they like me. They really like me. My record company is filled with lots of hip on the go young people. They they work really hard, and it's just been a lot of fun. I know you are close to Dolly Parton. Has she reached out to say congrats yet? Oh yeah, Dolly and we talk a lot. I tell you what, she's great. I've known Dolly since we were both 17 or 18 years old. We go back a long, long way. Her husband and my husband went to high school together. It's a good relationship. Have you heard from Mariah yet? Has she passed you the honorary Christmas crown? They have not given me the crown, and I'm gonna tell you, if they don't, I'm gonna go get it myself. Oh man. I saw a really fun video the other day of you singing "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree" over the PA system of an airplane in the middle of the flight. How did that come to pass? We had a lot of turbulence on that flight, and everybody was really nervous. Somebody said, "Brenda, get up and sing "Rocking." Before I even thought about it, I was up singing. I don't like flying, but that was a fun time for me. Did you have any inkling when you recorded the song back in 1958 that it would become a huge part of your life? I mean, you are singing it on airplanes decades later. No, I knew it was a great song and I was happy to get it, but I never thought that it would be my signature song, never. You've recorded a few Christmas songs over the years. I'm gonna lasso Santa Claus, which is my favorite, and Papa Noel. Did you ever think, hey, why didn't I'm gonna lasso Santa become my signature song? Do what do you think about it? What do you think it is about rocking that makes it connect with so many generations? Oh my lord, I'm gonna lasso Santa Claus. You are going way back. I love it. I just think rocking is contagious. It's easy to learn, it's easy to sing, and it's just a contagious thing. What do you remember of the recording session? Didn't you track the song in the middle of the summer? Talk about Christmas in July. We did. Producer Owen Bradley had the studio all decked out with Christmas decorations and a Christmas tree. Back then, you cut all Christmas songs in the heat of the summer. So Owen had the air conditioner turned down to zero to set the mood. And honey, that um Q1 set hut got cold. It added to the spirit though. It was really a lot of fun. Um wow. And this song has become a part of so many people's Christmas traditions. What were some of your holiday traditions growing up? When I was growing up, we were not financially stable. We did the best we could, but um we didn't have a lot of act culture. We didn't have a lot of accoutrements. So our house was filled with relatives and everybody cooking and stuff like that. Instead of presents, it was more family oriented. Speaking of houses filled with family, one of the first times I heard rocking around the Christmas tree was while watching the movie Home Alone. Does that movie get a lot of play at your house at Christmas? Sometimes. A friend called me and said, "Brenda, have you seen that new Home Alone new movie Home Alone?" And I said, "No, why?" They said your songs all over it. I hung up and thought, huh? What song are they talking about? So I called them back and they said, "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. It's all over it." And that's really where that song got a big surge. It's sure been good to me, as has the public in keeping it number one all these years. I really appreciate it. Well, you are now the reigning queen of Christmas, but you've been the queen of rock for much longer. In the 60s, you had more charting hits than almost anyone, and Billboard named you the top female performer of the decade. I wanted to ask about some famous fans of yours, the Beatles. I know you go way back with them. Are there any memories you'd like to share? I go way back a long way with the Beatles. I worked with them in their early years when I used to tour England all the time. I just went to Ringo's show. He did a concert here at the Musicians Hall of Fame, and we reminisced a little while about stuff. It was a lot of fun, but we were all learning back in those days. It was by the seat of our pants a lot of times, but we were having fun. We played in Germany too at the Star Club. John Lennon once said that your voice defines rock and roll. That was so sweet of him. Thank you for sharing that. I know Elvis was another big fan of yours. What are your memories of him? We were good friends. I loved Elvis. He was a good guy. I wish he was still here. He certainly changed our industry, and I think we all missed him. One thing I can say about Elvis, I don't think there was an entertainer that knew him that was jealous of him. We all loved him. We all appreciated him, and we all miss him. You have such a beautiful community of musicians around you. I don't get a sense of competition at all. I get a sense of that it's not like that in the music industry today. It's not. And it's a shame that it's not because you know what? We all have something different to offer. We all love what we do, and we should all love each other. That is a beautiful message to end on as we settle in for the holiday. One last question I want to ask you. Yeah, one last question I want to ask you. When it comes to decorating your own Christmas tree, do you have any traditions? We have our old ornaments. Half of them are broken because the kids dropped them. We put them up and we remember when we got them. We remember which one belongs to which grandchild or child. Christmas at our house is pretty special. Hmm. Yeah. Congratulations to Brenda Lee for taking the number one spot for a Christmas song. That's dope, man. All right. So let's make some noise for Brenda Lee. I'm gonna make some noise for Brenda Lee. And I remember hearing this song so many times. It's interesting. All right, so let's get into it. All right, we got some movie news to get to right here. Um, so this is the movie Man Cave Popcorn. All right, so let's get into it right here. Um, yeah. So hold on a second. Okay, starting with Will Packer. All right, so and this is according to Vibe. When Chris Brown was revealed to star in Stomp the Yard back in 2006 at the height of his meteoric rise, fans were thrilled to see the R&B sensation pivot into acting. However, his feature film debut lasted only a few minutes, with Brown's character being killed off and Columbus Short emerging as the actual star of the film. 16 years after its release, Will Packer, the film's producer, has finally explained why this happened. So I get asked all the time, y'all made it seem like it was Chris Brown's movie. I get there and he dies in the first five minutes. Packer begins. First of all, he doesn't die in the first 5 minutes. It's 10 minutes. He lasts he lasts for 10 minutes and 50 seconds. Chris Brown was never intended to be the star of Stomp the Yard. We had this movie. It was about Columbus Short going to Truth University and joining a fraternity. Um, the visionary behind hit productions like Girls Trip, Queen's Court, and Almost Christmas continued. We always wanted to have a scene where we showed why he ends up leaving Los Angeles to go to college, and it happens because his brother dies. That was the that was always the setup. It wasn't going to be Chris Brown. He also revealed the Stump the Yard was initially supposed to be a follow up to another fan favorite dance film, saying, in fact, at one time it was gonna be one of the guys from You Got Served because Stomp the Yard was originally pitched as a sequel to You Got Served, but that's another story. Though Packer didn't specify who was set to play Brown's character in Stomp the Yard, Breezy went on to star in This Christmas later that year in his proper film debut and later appeared in Takers and Think Like a Man. Mm. So there you have it. There you have it right there. There you have it. Um yeah, there you have it right there. Let's see. Um so Brandy not only has a Christmas movie, I want to actually get into um I want to get into Brandy who has a Christmas album. I forgot to mention this too. So um since signing with Atlantic Records in 1993, Brandy did more than just release her album at 15. As she went on to sell over 40 million albums and win a Grammy award. She also branched out into Hollywood, working on films like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, Cinderella, and the hit show America's Got Talent. The singer even worked on Broadway's in the musical Chicago, while crossing numerous milestones over her career. In 2023, the singer released her first Christmas album, and even she was surprised it took so long. Hmm. For fans of Brandy, it has been a long 3 years since the singer. Hang on. Yeah, for fans of Brandy, it has been a long 3 years since the singer released a new album. Her last album, B7, hit shelves in 2020 and debuted at number 12 on the US Billboard 200 chart. Always able to produce a hit, the singer admitted to Variety that fans have consistently requested the singer produce a Christmas album, and their request has been answered. Brandy said, I always wanted to do a Christmas project, and my fans have always requested it, so it just seemed like the right time to do it. I felt that I was in the spirit, I was in the mood, and it just came together perfectly. Um, and featuring classics like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Santa Baby, Jingle Bells, and Deck the Halls. Christmas with Brandy might be one of the best ways to spend the holiday. And if the 11 track album wasn't enough, it comes with a digital bonus track titled Christmas Everybody. Um, yeah. Brandy shares Christmas classic with her own style. Um, what makes Christmas with Brandy even better is the fact that on top of featuring holiday classics, The album comes with 6 original songs. 6 original songs. Um, yeah, 6 original songs, yeah. Um, Released back in November, the album received positive reviews from fans. During an interview with Billboard, the singer noted her love for Christmas, um, wanting to record the classics with her own style behind them. Brandy praised her team, saying, "I've had a great team of people to work with me, producers, nephew. One of the writers is Sebastian Cole, Tatiana Clark, India Kearney. I just had a really good team around me, and they really helped me put out my own spin on the classics and helped me put together some originals that I'm really proud of." Um, Fans seem to agree, commenting, "One of the greatest vocalists we will ever have, guys. Let's celebrate her. God truly crafted her voice single handedly." Hmm. Yeah. And we also have yeah, speaking of more Brandy stuff, yeah, so Brandy has a Christmas movie that's out now. But hang on. The director Mary Lambert delivers Yuletide warmth and heartfelt cheer to Netflix subscribers with Best Christmas Ever. The story centered on two women rediscovering their strength and sparkle by mending their fractured relationship. Their fractured friendship finds the correct balance of cynical and saccharine without upsetting the scale. The streamer's practically patent brand of holiday hijinks is amped up to a ridiculous degree, as the hyperbolic title would suggest. Even so, its absurdist lunacy acts as a Trojan horse containing genuine, meaningful sentiments on forgiveness, happiness, and bittersweet sorrows, universal, universal. universalities. People tend to reflect on their year comes to cl- their year comes to a close. Charlotte Sanders, played by Heather Graham, um, dreads Christmas time because it means her former college bestie, Jackie Jennings, played by Brandy, um, annual newsletter is on its way. It's filled with obnoxious lingo and humble brags about the Jennings family's successes, and Charlotte can't help but feel inferior, unfavorably, comparing it to her own harried life as a wife, mother, and struggling inventor for years. She deferred of her dreams of a better home and career, caught in an unsatisfying job as a product engineer. She values practicality over leaps of faith to ensure her optimist husband Rob, played by Jason Biggs, and their young um, um, progeny, Grant, played by Wyatt Hunt, and Dora, played by Abby Villas Villasmill, can live comfortably or as best they can in a cramped um, Arizonan apartment. But the worry wart is now overdue for yet another detour, physically and metaphorically. Hmm. Hold on. Okay, misinterpreting his mother's sarcasm, sneaky Grant puts Jackie's address instead of his aunt's address into the GPS before leaving for their family road trip. Charlotte doesn't think to check this crucial detail, spending hours crossing multiple state lines, not realizing she's headed straight to front Jackie's front doorstep. In the picturesque snow-covered town of Hadley Falls, um, Charlotte's even more taken aback when Jackie welcomes them into her twinkle light-covered manse and decked halls. Jackie's hottie hubby Valentino. mean to put that. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Um, hold on a minute. I'm sorry about that. Um, okay. Misinterpreting his mother's sarcasm, Sneaky Grant puts Jackie's address instead of his aunt's address into the GPS before leaving for their family road trip. Charlotte doesn't even think to check this crucial detail, spending hours crossing multiple state lines, not realizing she's headed straight to Jackie's front doorstep in a picturesque, snow covered town of Hadley Falls. Um, Charlotte's even more taken aback when Jackie welcomes them into her twinkle light covered manse and decked halls. Um Jackie's hottie hubby Valentino, played by Matt Sedano, and 10-year-old prodigy Beatrice, played by Madison Sky Validum, are equally as impressive, as is their oldest Daniel, whom Charlotte only hears about through his accomplishments. Charlotte winds up hosted by her own petard when her investigation into her former friend results in havoc rather than healing. Um, Lambert and screenwriters Todd Calicano and Charles Shire turned into a multifaceted tale that blessedly never devolves into a dimensional story about two competitive smart women sniping at each other while their clueless families watch from the sidelines. Um, their portrayal of a strained female friendship is full of complexities, um, channeling heart-drenching messages about compassion and selflessness while simultaneously being lighthearted and slap happy. Graham and Norwood handled the comedic and dramatic tonal fluctuations with grace and nuance, nimbly landing both punchlines and emotional gut punches. Um, Filmmakers adeptly weave together themes of belief from Charlotte's transformative arc dealing with her skepticism up to the kids' um, quest to discover if Santa is real. Rob pointing out early on that Charlotte's unhealthy fixation is hurtful, leaves enough time leaves enough time for the character to inevitably develop this realization on her own and demonstrate change. Though Jackie is hiding a big secret, one that's glaringly obvious to the audience until the third act. She's allotted some space to mend her ways for everyone's betterment. Um, hold on. Occasionally, when the picture breaks free from servicing its thematic aspects, it ascends too much welcome camp that gets fr- nuttier than a fruitcake. Yeah, Charlotte breaks the fourth wall solely at the start of our journey and then never again. The needle drop of Oh Holy Night during Valentino's introduction gloriously underscores the female gaze as the camera pans over his muscular figure bathed in morning sunlight. An omission by Rob about his part in Jackie's newsletter fiasco is treated with the same weight as if adultery occurred. Yet the betrayal, though still a reckoning for Charlotte, isn't nearly as big of a marriage killer. Grant and Beatrice's attempts to disprove Santa's existence take admirably big swings, um, leading to a funny elf-esque sequence where Grant unmasks Santa in front of the entire town. If this evokes questions from little ones watching at home, um, parents are on their own. Later on, the climatic sequence involving a solar charged hot air balloon, its rickety ladder, a flimsy outdoor sleigh decoration, and Charlotte, a college graduate with an engineering degree, serves to test the audience's suspension of disbelief. It's indeed laughable, but by then we're already besotted with the movie's um, abject lunacy. Um, Perhaps the greatest gift of all is that best Christmas ever. Not only ties into um the Netflix holiday cinematic universe, um, as characters are seen watching Falling for Christmas and The Princess Switch 3 on TV. but also enhances it by providing a solid new entry filled with charm and sweetness, with Norwood singing a few Christmas standards and Graham performing rom-com inspired um, pratfalls, and film provides a hearty dose of festive joy to those who click play. So there you have it right there. And there we have it. Let's see. All right, we're gonna get into all right. In other movie news, I hope everybody has the golden ticket. Because Timothy Chalamet's fantasy musical Wonka hit a sweet box office milestone, surpassing $150 million globally. The song and dance movie about the early days of the eccentric chocolater opened at number one in North America with 35, no, excuse me, $39 million. It got a jump at the international box office, debuting last weekend to $43.2 million. Wonka collected $53.6 million overseas in its sophomore outing, bringing its foreign tally to $112.4 million and its worldwide total of $151.4 million. Wow. Wow. Very, 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 very interesting. Um, all right. Outside of the US and Canada, top markets include the UK with $23.2 million to date, Mexico with $11.2 million, and Germany with $8.6 million. Um, Warner Brothers spent $125 million to produce Wonka, not including the many millions on global marketing efforts. Initial ticket sales are promising for a um musical musical that's not part of an established franchise. The property, of course, has the benefit of brand recognition from um, Royals Dahl Dahl's seminal novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, as well as the 1971 film adaptation with Gene Wilder and the 2005 reboot starting reboot starring Johnny Depp. But Wonka was far from surefire at a time when family audiences have been discerning about what they are willing to see at the movies. Charlemagne's star power, having endeared himself to moviegoers through blockbusters like Dune and Indies Call Me by My Call Me by Your Name, Lady Bird, alike played a part in filming seats for Wonka. Um, with positive reviews and enthusiastic audience scores, the kid-friendly film hopes to keep up momentum around the busy holiday season to justify its budget. December is one of the most popular times of the year at the movies, and Wonka will soon contend with coming Christmas time releases like Universal and Illumination's animated Migration. Um, hang on. Yeah, Migration, Warner's musical adaptation, The Color Purple, and the DC Comics sequel, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Paddington filmmaker Paul King directed Wonka, which co-stars Olivia Colman, Keegan Michael Key, and Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa and centers on the humble beginnings of Willy Wonka. The story takes place long before a poor boy named Charlie Bucket wins a golden ticket to tour the world famous and heavily guarded chocolate factory. Elsewhere, another prequel, Lionsgate's um, Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, notched a notable box office benchmark with $300 million globally. Um, After 5 weeks on the big screen, the dystopian action adventure has grossed $145 million in North America and $155.3 million internationally. Um, so there you have it right there. I think I'm going to actually save in advance in regards to um in regards to Aquaman. I'm gonna say that for next time. All right. Let's see. And we also have we also have we also have some Marvel movies that's been held back through from 2024 to 2027, which is something to actually talk about too. Hold on a second here. All right. All right, so according to Business Insider, um a Captain Marvel sequel to Marvel, blah, 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 blah. I'm not even gonna get into that right there. A Captain Marvel sequel to the Marvels is currently in theaters. More MCU films are in development. two more Adventure sequels and a Thunderbolts movie are on the way. Marvel's next release, Deadpool 3, is scheduled for release July 26th, 2024, which is next year. Um, yeah. Reynolds surprised fans with a video update to the third movie in 2022, announcing that his pal Hugh Jackman will reprise his role as X-Men fan favorite Wolverine. In an 80-second video, Reynolds said he wanted Deadpool's entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe to be special and true to the character. His one idea involved asking Jackman to play Wolverine one more time. The video ended with the Deadpool logo getting slashed by one of Wolverine's um, adamantium claws. Um, the anticipated sequel, directed by Reynolds' frequent collaborator Sean Levy, will also star Morena um, Baccarin, Corin, and Rob Delaney. In addition to Jackman's reprisal, reports and rumors claim that fans could also be in store for a lot of familiar faces from Marvel's past in the new film. The latest update moved the film up from fall 2024. It's unclear if it may shift again due to the SAG after strike, which is over by now, man. Glad. February 14th, 2025. Captain America Brave New World. Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie, is the new Captain America in the fourth film in the franchise. At D23 Expo, Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige announced that Shira Haas will play superheroine Sabra, while Tim Blake Nelson will reprise his role from 2008's The Incredible Hulk as the leader as Hulk villain. Danny Ramirez and Carl Lumbly will reprise their roles from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Director Julius Ona described the sequel as a thriller. The film was formerly called Captain America: New World Order. May 2nd, 2025, Fantastic Four. First announced several years ago, Feige confirmed at San Diego Comic-Con that the Fantastic Four reboot will kick off Phase 6 of the MCU. At D23 Expo, Feige announced that WandaVision director Matt Shakman will direct the reboot. No cast has been named for the film. July 25th, 2025, Thunderbolts. Um, Yeah, I just talked about Fantastic Four being held to May 2nd, and there's no cast being um announced. So, and Thunderbolts, July 25th, 2025. There's currently a war with, yeah, I reread that. Just because there's not an organization of the Avengers doesn't mean there's not a group of superheroes in the MCU. The raging bunch of anti-heroes includes a group of characters we've seen introduced in various movies and Disney Plus shows. Bucky, Barnes, the Winter Soldiers, Sebastian Stan, U.S. Agent Wyatt Russell, Ghost Hannah, John Kamen, Red Guardian David Harbour, Contessa Valentina, Allegra De Fontaine, played by Julius Louis Dreyfus, um, Taskmaster, um, and Yelena Belova will all star um in the upcoming movie. The group basically seems like Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad. It's good to be back. I'm excited as the most boring adventure Russell joked about returning to the MCU. I'm just skim through the movies that's being held back. Blade got held back to November 7th, 2025. Um and of course, obviously, um May 1st, 2026, Avengers 5. I don't think there's going to be a Kang Dynasty because Jonathan Majors got fired. Um yeah, he got fired, man. And and May 7th, 2027, Avengers Secret Wars. Um that's the new date. And of course there's Armor Wars. Hang on a second. There's also three entire, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Armor Wars. Yes. So the attached film dates. Okay, so there is February  13th, 2026, July 24th, 2026, November 6th, 2026. Okay, so all right. Okay, so that's pretty much what this is. Okay, got it. And Nintendo is making a Legend of Zelda movie. Hmm. All right. So Nintendo announced Tuesday that it's developing a live action Legend of Zelda film centering on everyone's favorite sword wielding blonde hero from the iconic video game franchise. Nintendo and Sony are co-producing the movie with the Maze Runner filmmaker Wes Ball set to direct. Zelda has long been one of Nintendo's most beloved franchises, stretching all the way back to the original 1986 game. Um, Rumors. Hang on a second. Yes, rumors of a Zelda film have swirled for years, especially after the release of recent blockbuster games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but nothing has ever come to fruition. Um, yeah. Now Nintendo is officially moving forward with Shigeru Miyamoto and AV Arad. serving as producers. Miyamoto wrote on social media that he and Arad have been working on the live action film project for many years now, explaining that Nintendo is heavily involved in the production. It would take time until its completion, but I hope you look forward to seeing it, he continued. Nintendo is notorious for being protective over its franchises, especially since the ill-received Super Mario Brothers movie hit theaters in 1993. That was no good. But earlier this year, Universal released the animated Super Mario movie with Chris Pratt, which has since become a global hit and raked in more than $1.36 billion worldwide. So far, details are scarce on what the Legend of Zelda movie might look like or who might star in it. Since 1986, there have been more than 25 different games in the series, usually centering on the hero Link, who wields the famed Master Sword and fights to protect the Hylian Princess Zelda from the villain Ganon. Okay, so all right, all right, so let's get into. All right, we're gonna get into. All right, we're gonna get into this new segment, man. We're gonna get into this new segment right here. Okay, this new segment right here is the video game entertainment newsroom. All right, and this is pertaining to um Grand Theft Auto 6 and Sonic related stuff. So let's get into it right here. Okay. Okay. All right. So hang on a minute here. So Grand Theft Auto 6 is officially coming in 2025 and it's set to take us back to Vice City in the state of Leonida. Uh the news came by way of the release of the official GTA 6 trailer 1, which was posted a day earlier than scheduled as the result of the risk of a leak. Posted a day ahead of schedule thanks to the risk of a leak. You can watch the first look at GTA 6 in the trail below. We've been pouring over the trailer since it released to take in all of the noteworthy features on display. In our GTA trailer breakdown, you can find an overview of 12 interesting details you might have missed in what looks set to be one big open setting that takes Vice City to new heights. Um, with a closer look at the new protagonist, settings, vehicles, and more. There's certainly a lot to unpack already. As more details surface, we'll be updating our GTA 6 guide with all of the latest news, analysis, and opinions in the days to come. In the meantime, though, yeah. So there it is, man. It's not coming out till 2025. So let's get into it. Ain't coming out to 2025, actually. I didn't see the trailer, but I always wanted to actually check it out when I get a chance. And and speaking of checking things out, man, let's get into what's going on with the recent game that came out, which is Sonic. Yeah, let's get into it right here, man. Sonic right here. I think yeah, Sonic. All right. Yeah. Yeah, let's get into it's probably the last one actually. So last month, Sega shocked its fans by announcing an all new 3D Sonic the Hedgehog adventure in the vein of games like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Heroes. That game, Sonic Dream Team, launches today exclusively on iOS devices at no cost for those with and active Apple Arcade subscriptions. Sonic Dream Team lets players control one of the six characters Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Rose, Cream, and Rouge as they once again do battle with Eggman and his robotic hordes. Um, this time, Eggman has stumbled upon an ancient device called the Reverie, which can make dreams a reality, and it's up to Sonic and company to stop him. Um, the game will see Sonic speed through 12 new levels, all of which are set within dream worlds created by Eggman with the Reverie. Each world contains open 3D environments that can be explored and can and each character will have unique abilities that will allow them to make progress in unique ways. Tails, for example, can use his two tails to fly around the levels, while Knuckles can climb walls and his fist. Sonic Dream Team is developed by Hardlight, whose previous games include Two Point Hospital and two of Sega's other Apple Arcade releases, Sonic Racing and Choo Choo Rocket Universes. It is the second Sonic game to launch this year, with the 2D adventure Sonic Superstars releasing in October, which already happened already for consoles and PC. Sonic Dream Team is available today for free or Apple Arcade subscribers on iPhone, iPad, Apple TV, and Mac. Damn. So there you have it right there, man. There you have it right there. And I think I'm gonna wrap up right here. All right, I'm about to wrap up right here, man, because we're gonna get into um a very last segment of the night. Stream choices on the go, man. Let's get into it right here. Let's get into it right here. Um, this is where I tell you about where you can listen to the podcast episodes and everything else in between, and all that great stuff right there. Yeah. So let's get into it right here, right now. Hold on. Be sure to follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast, not only on Facebook, alongside with Threads, alongside with alongside with Instagram. And one more time, man, with this. Yes, alongside with my other podcast shows that I do, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, Sports Edition show, and alongside with my other alongside with my other sorry about that, with my other podcast that I do, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, and myself, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And of course, if you go to my link tree, you're gonna see a whole list of if you go to my link tree, you're gonna see a whole list of artist streaming platforms, which includes Odyssey, yes, Odyssey, Amazon Music, um, Audioburst, no, Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM, Podcast Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snips, Spotify for podcasters, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for where you can listen to music, radio, and podcasts. You don't need a credit card or debit card to listen to iHeartRadio for free. Um, and all you need to do is go ahead and subscribe on iHeartRadio and streaming platforms that I just mentioned, and do the same. Do the same with YouTube. Make sure you grab the subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555 for more video live podcast episodes. It's already on there. It's there, uploaded and posted. So be sure you grab alerts alongside with leaving a like and a comment, and click on the like button, please. Seriously, um, it really means a lot if you actually do that. Hold on a minute here, stupid planes. Yes, be sure to leave a like and a comment along with the topics that's being discussed. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and and of course, be sure to stream, listen, and watch these episodes. Be sure to share the episodes, share the videos, download, add the podcast to your playlist, including Spotify and other streaming platforms that I just mentioned, and of course, um be sure to you know, tell a friend to another friend. Be sure to spread the word. Word of mouth is important. Be sure to stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. In case you miss any of them, don't worry. And yeah, be sure to be sure to um share my link tree alongside with the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work, and that's about it, man. Look, I'm about to be out of here right now, man, and I truly appreciate every single one of you who took the time to listen. I really appreciate this. And I hope you guys enjoy your Christmas and everything else. Merry Christmas to every single one of you out there all over the world, international. Not to mention USA, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. I really appreciate y'all, and thank you for taking the time to listen to episode 319. 319 titled Most Wonderful Time of the Year for Christmas. All right. So that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it, man. Remember, the grind doesn't stop, hard work pays off. And if you want something, you have to work hard and earn it because it's not gonna be given to you on a fucking silver platter. Don't let anybody fucking tell you what you can and can't do on your career choice and your goals, your dreams, and everything. And and also look for something, find a skill that clicks to you. Be on your P's and Q's, be confident in what you do on a consistency basis, creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. I love y'all. Merry Christmas to everybody all over the world, Canada, USA, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five boroughs of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm up out of here. Peace and one love. Merry Christmas. Good night, everybody. Hope you have fun. And be safe out there, man. Be safe out there.